something very special.
Yeah. Today we're showing the MicroFreak. The name is right here. It's tiny. If you want to see it, MicroFreak. This is a small synthesizer. It's a hybrid between digital and analog. The oscillator is digital, and it's written digital oscillator. We're pretty smart, and the filter is an analog filter.
So from the oscillator side, you collaborate here with Mutable Instruments.
Well, it's got multiple modes. It's got multiple modes, and some of them we design internally, and some of them we built with the code from the Mutable Instruments Plaits module. So, for instance, this is the chord mode. This one is very loud, the carpet strong mode.
So it was made in collaboration, or how do you touch with Mutable Instruments?
Well, we contacted him just to know how much we could do a partnership, and the code of Plaits is open source, so it's also something that we could build an instrument around it.
Because I think it's one of the first time that we see a code from Mutable Instruments in a different hardware from a in a big company.
Well, done by the company, yes, maybe. Some people already did it on their own for their instruments, and you have it in VCV Rag, for instance, and stuff like that. So
you have extended the possibilities of the Plaits oscillator, or you added new things? Or?
So some of the modes we redid ourselves because we wanted another flavor, like the wavetable, but mainly we use the code as it is for the different modes. Anyway, so this is the oscillator part. The filter. The filter is an analog filter. It's a 12 dB state variable filter. Low pass. Self-oscillating. Let's listen maybe to this patch. Here, this is just the filter resonating. And the keyboard, as you can see, is pressure sensitive. So the more I press, the more I get the pitch going up, the frequency going up, and the speed of the envelope retrieving also.
So you have polyphonic aftertouch.
Yeah, there's polyphonic aftertouch. Let's listen maybe to this preset I did, where. So this is what you get with pressure. You go from this to this. In a small format, it's the first time, so this is well, the oscillator modes are new designs for us. The filter is a new design as well, because it's not one we used in the Brute. I like how it sounds. It's a 12 dB, and it's like, let's say, it doesn't have as much character as the Steiner Parker that we use on the Brute range, which I think is a good thing because it leaves more room for the oscillator to shine, I would say. And because you have so much diversity in the oscillator, the filter is more like a liquid, clean sound. And it works really good in this context.
Several envelopes, I see.
There's a classic ADSR envelope, which can modulate the VCA or not. And this one is a cycling envelope, so either just a simple ADSR, or it can do attack, hold, release, and loop, either free running or retriggered. So if we listen maybe to this patch, and I'll show you also the sequencer at the same time. So this patch uses the envelope on the filter, and it's looping. So as you can hear, it's a simple arpeggiator. 4 modes, either up, in the order I play the notes. Random is just fully random. And pattern, the way pattern works is when I press some notes, it generates a sequence with the notes that I played, and it's gonna repeat it. So like right now, a 9-step sequence. It's it's going to repeat every time. If I press the same notes again, it plays a new sequence, but it loops. So it's a quick way to just generate some random sequence and just leave it playing like this.
I know that many people have some fear to play a touch plate. What do you think? Is this becomes better and better? I think, yeah, from feelings or
this one is pretty good. I mean, it can do velocity or aftertouch. It doesn't give the playability of a classic keyboard, but it's a different way of playing. So you can do things like this, and because this one has a filter on the velocity on the amount of envelope on the filter. So. You can still get some playable, it's a quite playable feel.
And I see you have been built also a modulation matrix.
Yeah, so modulation matrix, so something we did on the matrix brute, and it works quite well to display what is connected to what directly with LEDs. So on the matrix brute it was buttons. In this case, you can navigate with this knob to select a routing. So for instance, let's say cycling envelope on the pitch, I click and then I set an amount. So
also presets. So how many can we store presets?
So there are. Right now it has 256 slots, and I think that will be the final number. We will fill 128 with factory presets, and the rest will be user presets.
So it will be probably that we can exchange them with an editor. Or
yeah. The MIDI control center application that we use with our other instrument lets you store and recall presets.
How about MIDI CC or for
MIDI? So there's a MIDI CC implementation of the controls, and there's no editor for now to do a full mapping, but it's something that we are thinking about. Yeah.
So effects are not on board? No. No effect on board?
No effect on board. Mainly the constraint is, well, the number of knobs. We try to keep a compact format. And my personal feeling is that effects, I mean, I love effects on synth sounds. I think they make the most sense once you can modulate them. Otherwise, you can just process them externally. And
was it first the design of the synth or the engine? Because it looks very strange.
Yeah.
First, very unique compared to others. So, what do you make first? Design of it, or because it's freak?
The idea to put a PCB keybed and to make it as compact as we could was from the start. It really was the initial idea to make a very compact instrument. And then, the very first designs were more of a smaller microbrute. Actually, it was fully analog and a smaller microbrute. But when we started trimming features from the microbrute, it was difficult to keep something interesting musically. The microbrute is kind of the best small size that we could do, I think. So we moved to the digital oscillator, and this decision kind of opened up completely a new direction of how the diversity of sounds that you can get with this oscillator.
I see there are also additional buttons here.
So these are for the sequencer and arpeggiator. So this is for the ARP mode. It's just the different ARP directions, and the spice and dice buttons there are random gate generators. So let's listen to maybe again my ARP sounds. So the way it works is spice is an amount of randomness on the gate length, and dice is it kind of reshuffles the sequencer. One last quick preset to show you the tip sec. So this one uses modulation of the type control. The sequencer has 4 tracks of parameter automation. So in this case, I'm modulating, I think, type, wave, timbre, and the attack of the envelope. So. So each step gets its own type control, and then some of the modulator are not in sync with the sequence, so you get different sounds every time.
And the restriction to 4 parameters is due of the hardware.
Sure. Mainly it's due to reusing the octave button of the arpeggiator is also used for modulation slots.
Okay.
So when it's lit, it tells you that a sequence, well, a parameter is active in this slot, so I can rewrite a sequence in real time. And you see it's blinking when I'm trying to modulate one that wasn't modulated, and if I'm using like shape was already modulated, so it just re-record on the sequence. So it's mainly a reason of, you know, the number of LEDs that I had here, but to be honest, 4 tracks of modulations plus LFO, a cycling envelope, and an envelope gives enough flexibility in terms of modulation.
Well,
yeah.
The important part, when it will be available and the price.
Yeah, so availability somewhere between March and May. It's hard to tell for now. We're producing units right now, a small batch which will be shipped, and then the production will ramp up in February or so, and then the time to just go through the boat about 5 weeks or something. So yeah, somewhere between March and May in stores. Okay. And the price, this is going to be 299 euros and dollars. And I'm very happy to announce this price because it's a challenge to get this amount of features and so much sound flexibility for that price. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.